Just a while back, we've learned that Malaika Arora's father has passed away. He committed suicide. However, there are different reports. Some reports are saying that it is a suicide. Some reports are saying that it could be an accident. Of course, it's only after some time we will get to know what the real reason behind it is and what exactly happened. Apparently, he had jumped off from the sixth floor of a building in Bandra, and that is what we know as of right now. The main point, however, for today's discussion is the importance of mental health and discussing mental health and mental health matters more because when something like this happens, for example, the last time a lot of news had been generated when we had heard about the death of Sushant Singh Rajput. Now, obviously, there are a lot of gray areas in that investigation as far as it is concerned. There is a whole section which thinks that it wasn't a suicide, it was a murder. There is another section which feels that it was a suicide. It depends on probably which news channel you're watching, which news report you're reading, or who you're talking to, or what your own opinions are. Personally, what I feel is of the importance, which should have been highlighted probably a bit more during the Sushant Singh Rajput case, but got hidden because of the entire the gray areas which the investigation went into, was the aspect of mental health. A certain topic had come up that he was suffering from depression, probably bipolar depression, that he had bipolar episodes also. And I remember seeing the discussion change completely to the different conspiracy theories, whether they are true or not. Of course, we have no idea. But the whole aspect about whether he had bipolar disorder, what is bipolar disorder, how do you deal with it, how do you talk more openly about it, these things were not addressed. So this is what I feel after what has happened this morning, whether it is an accident or a suicide, the highlight should be on how to openly address mental health issues in today's society. Bollywood has been doing it for quite some time now. A decade ago, it was Deepika Padukone in a 2014 interview where she had openly spoken about her clinical depression and opened up the topic for discussion in India. Never before, as far as India is concerned, this topic had been spoken openly about, because she was probably the first A-lister, so to say, who had addressed the issue which she was facing, which so many celebrities, famous people, people like us, etc., so many of us faced, that she had talked about it openly. Later on, we've also come to know about Alia Bhatt's sister Shaheen, who's spoken about her depression. There is, and it's sort of not limited to any one sphere. A lot of successful people have all kinds of mental health issues, whether it is depression, whether it is bipolar disorder, whether it is OCD, etc. If you look at Hollywood, a lot of them, of course, Hollywood has been much more open about speaking about these issues, whether it is a Cameron Diaz, who has openly talked about the fact that she has OCD. This is, of course, a lot of years ago, and she's spoken about the fact how she would be hesitant about opening doors using the doorknob, because when she would do that, she would feel that the germs from the doorknob are coming onto her hands, right? So this is a classic OCD case. OCD, for the ones who don't know, is obsessive compulsive disorder, right? Where you get these obsessive thoughts, obsessive unwanted thoughts, and to forget them or to sort of tide over them, you get into a habit of compulsive actions. Washing hands is one of the primary cases of OCD, right? In the sense that when you're washing hands and you feel that your hands are not clean, even though you washed it a lot of times. So that is one of the common cases of OCD. So I think one of the most important things to do is spread awareness about these things. Normally, this topic comes into discussion when a particular suicide of a very famous personality takes place. It was seen before in the Sushant Singh Rajput case. A very famous cricketer recently committed suicide. There was a case of a top Mumbai cop who also killed himself. Some reports suggest that he was suffering from cancer, and because of the health issues took this extreme step. In the current scenario, I feel social media has played a very important role in addressing this issue. Whether it is Instagram or Facebook or Threads or YouTube, these things have openly started addressing these matters. Most recently, Threads, which is the Twitter sort of offshoot version of Instagram, over there if you go, you have a variety of people openly talking about the issues they face on a day-to-day basis. If you hashtag mental health matters or mental health or depression or any of these things over there on the platform, you would see quite a lot of examples. The earliest famous a case of a celebrity committing suicide which I could probably remember was back in this must have been 2002, 2003, when the famous VJ and actor Nafisa Joseph, she had committed suicide. That time apparently the reason had been given that it was the fallout of a failed love affair. Everybody was completely shocked and didn't understand how someone who was so successful in the limelight, whether it is financially successful or successful in her career, well known, could do something like this. Then again the topic sort of again died down. Now the bottom line is that what needs to be done about this, I am not a professional, I am not a medical professional, I am just giving my viewpoints about this and how we can go ahead and tackle these issues. It is only a psychiatrist or a psychologist or a counselor who actually can guide people on how to resolve these issues, how to move forward, how to tackle your issues. They will counsel you because each person has their own sort of personal issues. So person A could have a completely different issue, person B could have a completely different issue, person C could have a completely different issue, even if they are suffering from the same thing. For example, depression, for each of them the method of treatment could be completely different, which only a professional will be able to handle. Now a lot of other things are spoken about as far as this topic is concerned. They say that we don't discuss this very openly. For example, in America or the Western world for that matter, it is probably discussed more openly. Over here in India, we are more than happy to tell anybody that we are going for a diabetes checkup, or we are going for a blood test, or we are going to the orthopedic. Seldom will you hear someone saying that they are going for a visit to the psychologist or the psychiatrist. And in a sense it is also sort of understandable, because these are issues which are not easily explainable. Right, for someone with, let's say, a depression, to explain why he has undergone depression, where a lot of other people would have faced the same things, but they would just say that, you know, man up, chin up, be strong, etc. These sort of vague advices, as if, you know, just by say being strong you suddenly just become strong and your problem vanished away. Oh my god, I didn't think of that. But that is something which also sort of needs to be addressed, that in our drawing room discussions, in our discussions elsewhere, whether it is with friends or family, these things sort of are addressed more openly. Because once they are addressed more openly, once that taboo sort of really goes down, it is then that what is going to happen is not only the taboo will go down, the feelings of loneliness will go down, the feelings that, you know, I am the only one who is sort of suffering from this, that thing is also going to stop. So it is really a combination of a lot of factors which is needed. So maybe this opens up the discussion on mental health. If you are suffering from any sort of mental health issues, and a lot of us do, read up about it, seek help, go to a psychologist, talk to people about it. Of course, talk to people who you really trust about it, because sometimes, you know, you talk to someone and the kind of reaction you get puts you into more of a shell. So yeah, be more educated about it, because once you are more educated about it, whether it is yourself or whether it is a family member or a friend or someone who you know is suffering from it, then you know how to handle the issue better. I would like to end with one example where through the movie Tare Zameen Par, Amir Khan really sort of brought into the national consciousness the meaning of learning disabilities, what exactly learning disabilities are, right? Uh, then people started to understand that if someone is not doing well in studies, if they are not academically good, it could be because of a particular learning disability. So similar things about the mental health discussion also need to happen.